Good evening. I'm Shelby Williams with Plano City Council. In tonight's preliminary open meeting, we had a presentation on the Fair Housing Act, which I'll be writing about briefly along with the broader topic of affordable housing in the near future. We also discussed the 2021 bond referendum process that's going to be coming up next year. We agreed to create an ad hoc committee of citizens to prioritize the very long list of projects that are viable for our city. So this group of citizens is going to take a look at all the projects that the city has for a wish list and say which ones that are the highest priority for our city. Now, it's no secret that transportation is becoming an urgent need because our streets are about to hit their warranty period. Now, it's estimated that we will need $300 to $350 million in bonds, but we're going to take a good look at that to make sure that what we are spending and what we are raising in bond money is vital for our city, and it is going to serve the best interests of our people in the coming years. I do want to be very clear about one thing. Bonds are paid for by the taxpayer. You will pay for every dime. So stay tuned to this process. We want you to be intimately involved. Our regular meeting started with buying some Girl Scout cookies. Normally, the mayor buys Girl Scout cookies for police and fire. This year he mixed it up a little bit, and he had the girls draw from a bag with various Plano city departments in them. And so 4 different city departments got 5 boxes of Girl Scout cookies each. Then a very special presentation for which a lot of people turned out. The key to the city, the Plano key to the city, was presented to Myrtle Hightower for her long years of service to the city. She has served on numerous boards and commissions. She and her husband had an elementary school named after them. She started a mentoring program. She has done so much for this city, so much for the community. She moved here in, I believe it was 1982, but she was born on March 11th, 1923. Next month, she will celebrate her 97th birthday. And not too long after that, she will reach the century mark. So please join me in thanking and congratulating Myrtle Hightower. Next, our Director of Engineering, Caleb Thornhill, was recognized as the 2020 Engineer of the Year by the Texas Society of Professional Engineers. And in the preliminary open meeting as well, the 2019 Plano Management Preparation Program, MP3 for short, the graduates were recognized for completing that course. And lastly, David Myrani took the oath of office for the Community Relations Commission, so thank you for serving. Under items for individual consideration, there were only 2 tonight. They both revolved around the matter that was tabled at the last meeting regarding the competing projects of Park on 14th and Patriot Park Seniors. Now, the community has showed overwhelming support for Patriot Park Seniors. At issue last week were the dueling applications for a statement of support to apply to the state, the TDHCA, for a 9% housing tax credit. So the statement of support, and I clarified this tonight and likened it to saying that's simply an invitation to join the race. You still have to compete. What I found interesting and pretty lopsided is that under the TDHCA scoring criteria, the first item for consideration tonight, the simple resolution to permit Park on 14th or Plano Housing, or Patriot Park Seniors, which was granted the resolution last meeting, to allow Park on 14th to apply for the 9% housing tax credit from the state of Texas. That grants them 17 points in the TDHCA's scoring rubric. The second item for consideration last week, which was a statement of support from the city declaring that project as the best project for the city, would have awarded 2 points, according to the TDHCA rubric. Bid imbalance. One is simply saying, yes, we'll allow you to apply for financing, and the other is saying this is the best project for our city. So that all got tabled. This time around, tonight, the consternation that caused everything to be tabled last time, which was the requirement of a waiver for Park on 14th to apply for that financing. That's really where we fell down and encountered issues, and it hinged on Collin County's population having surpassed the 1 million person mark. And then it was discovered in dramatic fashion just before the big vote that that population marker may not have hit the 1 million mark according to the TDHCA's source. So everything was tabled, research was done, and it was determined that according to the TDHCA, the population of Collin County is considered to be about 914,000. Now, of course, we passed that marker 5 or 6 years ago, and we passed the million person mark about 1.5 years, 2 years ago. So in the end, the statement of support, or at least the resolution of support to allow Park on 14th to apply for the 9% housing tax credit from the TDHCA passed 6-2 because that's the TDHCA's rules, quite frankly. In isolation, just given those two scoring items, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but I likened it during the meeting that if we had denied just the ability to apply when they've met all the criteria, would be like tripping up an opponent on the field during the game. So then we moved on to the item number 2, which was the actual statement of support declaring one project or the other the best for our city. Last meeting, it was pre-filled out to say Park on 14th was that project. This meeting, it was left blank. It could have been for a variety of reasons, but as I noted last meeting, our own scoring rubric in the city that determines which project is best seems also very lopsided, and we agreed that we would look at that next month in March to make sure that we have truly a level playing field for anybody who is looking to apply for such credit from the state. The Park on 14th development did not include that in their application, and so by default it went to Patriot Park Seniors tonight. That is kind of the equivalent of a field goal, but they got it. We didn't have to give it to anybody. I don't think we do. Maybe we did. But in any case, Patriot Park Seniors got it, and Patriot Park Seniors is important to note that it's a housing project which is envisioned to provide support for our veterans, families, and seniors. And it's going to have a community service center that is open to the entire community. So it is, by all accounts, a tremendous and worthy project, and it doesn't stop here. They now go on to the TDHCA at the state level to compete for that tax credit, and that will resolve in the state, and it will come back to us one way or the other, so stay tuned. Thank you very much for tuning in. I do want to foreshadow that on March 23rd, we are going to have a dramatically extended preliminary open meeting where we're going to cover a variety of topics. So that's going to be a long recording after the night. But you can be here for the action, or you can watch my recap afterwards. Thank you as always for tuning in. Good night.